Thank you guys for coming here today. It's really a blessing for me to be here with you guys today. I thank you guys. I have a lot of people I want to thank, but before I thank them, I would like for you guys to understand why this is important for me. Over 18 years ago, when I committed my crime, when I fled the scene, I decided to go on the run for about 10 days. And they were probably, perhaps, for sure, the worst 10 days of my life. My conscience was eating me up for the horrible crime that I had caused. Finally, when the detectives found me and they got me and they were transferring me from Orange County to LA, I remember the detective said two things to me. He said, "Aren't you going to ask why we're arresting you?" And of course, I said nothing because I knew I was guilty. About a half hour went by as we're sitting in traffic, and he said another comment. He said, "You know, you look relieved when we came to get you, as if you had been waiting for us." And I share that with you guys because the truth is that I was relieved. I've been running from my responsibilities for most of my life. I don't know, it's weird how somehow I found a way to deceive myself to think that I was a man, but never took the time to be held accountable for the choices that I made. And so throughout my journey in prison, I've had it's been what I would call a refining process. I had the opportunity to accept the Lord in my life, and He has greatly transformed my life. 3 years and 4 months ago, when I was given the opportunity to be a part of this program, this program provided me the opportunity to continue that refinement process. And I would say that these past 3 years and 4 months have probably been the most difficult time in my life, in my incarceration, but also the best, because it's been the time that I've been able to grow the most, and I'm grateful for that. And I think that's one of the reasons why I shared with one of the guys earlier this week, is that now I can say with conviction that I love this program because of what it's done for me, and because what I know I'm going to be able to take back to my family. Before I committed my crime, 2 months prior to this, my wife and I had just had our second little girl, Daisy. My other daughter was about 9 years old. And I've been fortunate enough to still have them in my life, and they still love me as if I have never missed a day. And so that's why this program is so important to me, because I want to be able to return back someday into their lives and be the man that they deserved in their life. They say that it takes a village, right, to raise these dogs, and that is absolutely the case with Ruthie. I counted maybe about 20 people, about 18 handlers, one puppy raiser that was consistent, and several others that were like puppy sitters that helped out when Carrie couldn't be there. I'm really grateful for everybody who's invested time, love, and effort into Ruthie's life. I know one of the guys has this thing where he says, everybody loves Ruthie, even Ruthie loves Ruthie, right? And she walks around with a happy face. She's a very happy girl. And I know a lot of that has to do because of the many handlers that she had in her life, and because of the work that Carrie has done for her. I want to thank two young ladies that have been instrumental in this program, Kate and Rosa. Rosa, a while ago, she said, "I want you guys to be the best of the best handlers, best of the best trainers that there is out there." And I know that when she said that, she said it with clear conviction. I know that when she says that, I know it's her competitive nature coming out, right, and being expressed into our team. So I thank you, Rosa, for that. I also want to thank Kate, because there was a while back when I thought to myself, I don't know that I want to do this anymore. I think maybe it's time for me to move on. But she said something that really touched my heart. She said, "We don't want you just to be good handlers, good trainers, but we want you guys to be good men." And so I realized at that moment is that these are the type of people that I want to work for in my life. And so I thank you both for that. I want to thank Wes. You were always, when I met you, when you were wearing in blue, right? You were always very welcoming. Thank you for that. I congratulate you for your talents, your knowledge, your artistic skills. I remember thinking to myself, wow, this guy's really good. He's a really good artist, right? He reminds me of me when I was in junior high, right? So, you know what? I want to thank Carrie. Carrie, you know this book right here? They gave it to, you know, we sent it out because we wanted them to know about Ruthie. And so when I was out there, I really didn't, social media wasn't a big deal, but for this has been like my social media. You pick her up faithfully every Friday around 3:15 when you get off of work, and you drop her off on Sundays, and I always look forward to what Ruthie's adventure was like that weekend. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you've done for her, for loving her, for exposing her to so many things and people. And I hope that, I know that you have a heart of a servant, and that you know that she's going to go on and continue to serve other people. Thank you, Carrie. I want to thank Patty and Mike as well, who are the supporters, the donors that sponsored Ruthie. I had, you know, it's interesting that they were the very first people that I met when you guys arrived, right? It would be fitting that it would be like that. And so I want to thank you for, you recognize me. Thank you. Thank you. And so now we get a chance to put a face, right, to the people behind the scenes, right? And so I want to thank you for that. I want to thank your mother as well. And, you know, you had mentioned something earlier that I think we can all relate to as well, is that when she was asked, what is the secret of longevity of life? And that is to have a purpose and to have a reason for getting up. Ruthie has been my purpose. I'm grateful to be able to have had the privilege to have her in my life. I'm gonna miss her, but I know that she's going to a better place. And I hope, Ms. Harris and Mr. Kendrick, that she will be able to give the young men over there at your facility a greater appreciation of life as she has done for myself. Thank you.